Hey, Autumn Athletes, Larry Sorensen here, and today I'm going to connect with Colleen Barney and find out what makes her an Autumn Athlete that's not done yet. But before we do, remember, if you like our content, like, subscribe, and ding that bell for notifications. Okay, let's get things started. Colleen, first of all, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time to tell us a little bit about your story.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. So can you start us off with just a little introduction?
Sure. So my name's Colleen Barney. I'm a 57-year-old master's athlete. I run track and field. I'm a sprinter. I was a lawyer for 30 years here in Newport Beach, California. I retired at the end of 2021. I'm married. I have 2 children, and I have 2 beautiful little grandchildren.
We're going to take a step back in time for just a moment. Why don't you fill us in on your athletic history?
I actually started running track, sprinting when I was in kindergarten. My parents found a youth track club near our house and put me in. And in the fall, we did all sprint activities. In the spring, we got to do sprint and relays. And so I started running track in kindergarten, ran all the way through high school, went to college to run track. Broke my back my freshman year in college. I had only made it through about 3 months of practice, and so that ended my track career, or so I thought, until I was about 35, and I happened right at that age to be looking online for youth track clubs for my children, and found a master's track site. And like any good former athlete, I said, "Oh, I can do that." And so I started doing it. And so that was when I was 35. I'm now 57.
Tell us a little bit about some of your achievements since you've joined the Masters track and field ranks.
I was very lucky. I got in at the right time, I think. And so I won a few national championships in my 35 to 39 category. Won the world championship in Puerto Rico in 2003 in the 100 meters. I think I've had national championships in the 100, the 200, the 400, the world championship in the 100. And then I've got a couple of relay medals and a couple of records. So last year in Poland, we set the 4x200 meter relay record for W55, for American record. Just missed the world record. And I have a club record for the indoor 4x2, and I think the club record for the outdoor 4x1.
Can you tell us some of the times of some of those personal bests?
In my 30s, my fastest 100 was a 12:95. My fastest 200 was a 25:91. Fast forward to my 50s, I think I was about 51-ish or so, and my fastest 200 was a 27:1 or 2, and my fastest 100 was a 13:2.
Besides track and field, you did something kind of unique in the athletic realm. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
I did. So a few years ago, I tore my plantaris tendon, and so that's the tendon that runs between the knee and the ankle. So it's basically tore something in the calf area. Couldn't even walk off the track. I had to hop one-footed all the way back to my car. I was on crutches for about three months. I think about 3 months, and it took me about 6 months to be able to get back into running. So in the meantime, I started doing a lot of upper body work. I was doing, pull-ups and, push-ups and anything upper body core. I could do 30 pull-ups at a time. And, some of my masters track and field friends, especially a lot of my friends on my club, Joy's Jackrabbits, suggested that I'd be a really good ninja warrior. So I kind of laughed him off for a while, but I wasn't running and I wasn't really competing, and I was getting better at a lot of the upper body stuff. So I better go to a ninja gym just to make sure I can do some of the things they do on Ninja. And the guy who ran the gym out here in California, I said, well, can I show you my video? And he kind of was like, yeah. And I thought, oh yeah, he thinks I'm a 52-year-old mom. And, and he watched my video and he said, oh, you're going to get picked. And so I came back for the next like two more weekends, and sure enough, I got the call, and I got chosen to be on season 11, and we filmed it up in Universal Studios, and it was fun. I have now a lot of friends who are 21 to 27 years old that I met that night, and it was good. It was a good experience. It was something out of my wheelhouse and exciting to do.
That injury issue was a bit of a setback, but kind of turned into a positive. Have you had any other injury issues along the way?
I tore my hamstring tendon a couple of years ago, and so that's what I've been battling for the last 2 years. But I'm pretty well on the mend, and I've been able to get through. Last season I got through it. I just didn't get through it maybe as fast as I would have liked to.
So what are your current goals? What are you chasing right now? And what are you going after?
So I'm going to go to indoor nationals, but I'm really using that as a training session because here on the West Coast, of course, we have no indoor tracks to train on. So indoor nationals is my only opportunity to run indoors. So I'm going to focus on outdoors, Sacramento, and then off to Sweden. Definitely the goal is to make the finals, but I think I'm really going to try to focus on just getting those times back to an area that I can be happy with.
Now, what events are you going to participate in?
Indoors, I'm going to do the 60 and the 200, and then the 4x2. Outdoors, I'll do the 100, the 4x1, and the 200.
So we want to know, how do you become that fast and how do you keep it going, particularly at 57? So tell us a little bit about your training regimen, what you do in the gym, and what you do on the track. And then if there is a difference, tell us a little bit about, in season versus off season in both of those disciplines.
Right now on the track, I'm 5 days, but 2 of those days are really limited and focused on block starts. So those 2 days, I'm not really doing a lot of distance. I'm not doing a lot of reps. I'm just really trying to work on my power, work on my form, getting out of the blocks. The other 3 days, I'm doing reps. I'm doing hundreds, 150s, 200s, sometimes shorter.
Give us a day, walk us through where you and I and the people watching, we're going to go to the track to do one of your speed workouts.
I don't do much at all with respect to any slow training. So I start with 150-meter striders. So I do 3 150 striders, just trying to figure out what hurts, what doesn't hurt, make sure that I'm ready to go for the rest of the workout. I then do a few drills against the wall and maybe a couple of, A skips, B skips, things, trying to just make sure, again, everything's moving well. And then a typical workout right now, as we're starting to taper a little bit for indoors, might be, I think tomorrow my workout is I have a 200, a 150, and a 110. And then I'll do 3 40-meter short bursts just to get out of there, just to make sure I've put some speed work in. I then go, Tuesday is a good day to talk about. So on Tuesdays, I then go over to the gym. I found this incredible new gym that I love. We do mostly all plyometric training, a lot of fast neuro training. So sometimes it'll be super fast footwork. Sometimes it'll be hanging from the straps and moving my feet as fast as I can, trying to train the neurological. And then it's a lot of jumping, a lot of plyo training. Of course, I still do some weighted work, but that would be typical. And I do that 3 days a week. So 5 days on the track, 2 of which are start track training, 3 of which are like I described my Tuesday. Then I go to the gym Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays. And then after I leave the gym, I've started going over to do a hot sauna for 20 minutes. So just get all my muscles feeling nice and relaxed. I live in California. I used to live in Michigan. I came to California for a reason. You won't get me in a cold plunge. I'm not going to go. I mean, if I have to, I'll go walk at the beach and put my toes in the water for a couple seconds, but that's about it. So I like the sauna. I also, for recovery, use Normatec. I use a massage therapist. I do a massage therapist, chiro, once a week. And I think that's, pretty much it.
How do you fuel your body so that you can, work out just about every single day the way you do?
I'm a huge meat girl, so protein isn't a problem. So I fuel with a lot of protein. Been trying to add more carbs in. And for me, honestly, the biggest problem was I'm not a big eater. So I know everyone out there is going to laugh, but up until about 6 months ago, I would get 1,200, 1,300 calories, and that was it.
Sure.
A day. And now I'm at about 1,800, and I've leaned out, but buffed up a little bit.
Kind of run us through, just a basic day. What's it
Sure.
like at the dinner table?
Dinner table for me would be, it's either going to be salmon, it's going to be tuna, it's going to be chicken, or it's going to be steak. Almost always it's going to have some form of rice with it. On occasion it'll have pasta, but I'm much more of a rice eater than a pasta eater. Again, I'm working on this, but I have never been much of a vegetable eater. So vegetables probably make it on the dinner plate maybe twice a week, but I'm working on that. I am adding some fruit during my day though, so that's good. I supplement with some, protein drinks and try to get some granola for some fat and some extra carbs and stuff like that.
You train hard, you eat well, you eat in a disciplined fashion. So how do you do that? How do you stay motivated at 57 to do that? And do you have any kind of I like to say, secret sauce to your motivation and your lifestyle?
I've thought about motivation a lot, and I think everybody gets motivated in different ways. I don't know that I have a specific motivator. I'm not trying to, I have to get the world record. I have to get this time. I like training. I like running. No, I don't like running. I like racing. I like sprinting. I don't like running. I don't like jogging, but I like working out. I really do enjoy it. And so, I try to mentally go in with a smile on my face when I start and a smile on my face when I end. And, it makes me excited to go back for the next one.
You
And
just
and I don't like my rest days. I mean, I'm
yeah.
taking rest days now because my coach says I have to, but I hate rest days. I mean, I'll go paddleboard for 2 hours out in the bay and I'm calling that my rest day because I'm not running.
I noticed you have a blazer on that says USATF. First of all, what does that stand for? And secondly, what significance does that have in your life?
USATF is USA Track and Field. We have a master's division, which is technically we run 30 and up, 35 and up. We do at our national championships now have a category for 25 and up. So that's good. And we run in 5-year age increments. So I'm not always racing the youngsters. I typically run against people who are 55 to 59 right now. And then I serve as part of the executive committee for Masters Track and Field. I was elected as the active athlete rep. So there are a variety of different positions that you can hold, but the active athlete rep, pretty much my job is to help other athletes, whether it's right now I spend a lot of time doing videos online, trying to get information out to people about upcoming meets or how to pack for a meet. Or, one day I walked around the track and I described what every single mark on the track meant. Just little things so that people don't feel so uncomfortable and don't aren't afraid of either getting back into it or starting from scratch. I mean, we have plenty of people who come out for Master Track and Field who never ran or never jumped. I remember my first world championship, the women's pole vault, age 70, was the biggest women's pole vault age group, age 70. Those were not women who pole vaulted in high school or college or ever. And so it's exciting. It's exciting to watch people get excited about sport in whatever form or fashion they do it.
So you mentioned something about videos. You obviously do some things online. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your social media presence? And then, of course, we will post any links that you have in our description below. But tell us, where can we find you?
Most of my video posts that are Masters Track and Field related go up on it's the USATF Masters Group Facebook page. And then you can find me on TikTok at Colleen Barney. I'm on Instagram, Colleen Barney. I think my Facebook is Colleen Barney 9. I don't know how I got number 9, but mostly my crazy athletic forays are shown on either TikTok or on Instagram. And my Facebook is mostly just family.
All right, we're gonna just shift gears just for a second, have a little fun, and get to know a little bit more about you, the real important stuff. So
Sure.
this is kind of a lightning round of questions, just a quick, maybe one word or phrase answer, that type of thing. So
Okay.
here we go. So what's your favorite movie?
Definitely Rudy.
How about your favorite non-track and field sport and or activity?
So if it's watching, it's going to be football. And if it's participating right now, I'm really getting into the paddleboarding. So we paddleboard once a week, every week, my husband and I really enjoy doing that.
Nice. So pro football or college football?
Pro football.
Pro.
Although go blue. I had to say it.
Okay, how about your favorite cheat meal and or cheat treat, shall we say?
Yeah, I would say that I'm working really hard to get rid of it, but I am a sugary candy girl. I like Mike and Ike's, Sour Patch Kids, Good and Plenty's, sugar.
Okay, you go to the track, it's gloomy day. Not that there's many of those in California, but You just need a little something there. What is the hype song that you're going to put, on the boombox and the earphones, what have you? What's the song to get you going?
Okay, it's cheese. It's total cheesy. Eye of the Tiger.
You got to be kidding.
No, I'm totally serious. If I need to get
Okay.
through, if I have to do a 400 in a workout, that song is playing in my ears the whole way around to kind of get me over to the end.
So Tony Eccles' ears are burning because I just chatted with him, the American 200-meter record holder for M40, and his hype song was "Eye of the Tiger."
You know what? So I'm sorry, Tony. Tony's one of my teammates on Joy's Track Rabbits, but I
Yeah.
didn't get to the end of his video yet. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch the whole thing.
Okay, last one. What's your favorite season of the year and why?
Summer, summer, summer. I am anti-cold.
Colleen, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time, letting us know what makes you an autumn athlete that's not done yet. I'd like to close today by just giving you the opportunity to address our audience with any final thoughts.
I guess the only thing I would say is that because I've had, my athletic setbacks in the past, the injuries and stuff, there's always another way to get things done. There's always another, I'd say one door closes, another one, there's another way out of the room. So, keep training, keep find something. If you can't go on your legs, go on your arms. There's something you can do and, do it with a smile and maybe with a jump.
Well, there you have it, folks. Colleen Barney, definitely an autumn athlete that's not done yet. And remember, keep moving, set goals, and train hard to achieve them. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time.